Okay, so I know this is the Token Metrics show, but I don't know. We could just call it the Chainlink show if we wanted to, right? Or the Chainlink market. Okay, so Chainlink. It's probably going to wind up being bigger than Ripple. Right now, it's larger than life. I know that people probably feel like they missed it and can't get involved. People said that at 10, 12, 14, 16. And they may say it all the way up to 24. Okay. Because these lines, the way I've drawn them, they're called Gann lines. I think for the crypto universe, we could just call them moon lines, because really it's the only way to chart something that was doing nothing and then goes up 7x. Right. And then I use these for navigation. So, when it comes to Chainlink, I just think my theory and the AI all line up that, the whole market is going to push up and get as close to Ethereum as it can, right? It's like powerlifting. The entire market cap of alts is just rising so rapidly. Okay. Now, if we then go to things like Ethereum, right? Ethereum is doing everything you'd expect it to do to just keep slowly moving higher, right? So if Ethereum goes up, it feels like, well, let me start again. Chainlink goes up and then Ethereum follows. And then everything follows Ethereum because I think there's a new play out there. And I think this idea of, can we have a new Ethereum for DeFi, or can we have more than one Ethereum? Like Tron is up, etc. So Chainlink moons, that's kind of its own beast. Ethereum goes, it's sitting right on top of a line, and then it goes to 425. And I've got other work in Ethereum that says when Ethereum rallies from this point out, it's in $50 increments, right? It just keeps building up steam. Now, speaking of steam, let's talk about the monster, right? Bitcoin used to be our friend, and I don't know, maybe we could start calling it a frenemy. Okay. Because, so I sit here and I look at this Bitcoin chart. I go, okay, if this goes to 16,000, the alt party is going to, it's going to be like a high school party getting broken up, not by cops, but by SWAT at 16,000. It's not going to be good at all.
Yeah.
At all. Okay. So sideways Bitcoin is everybody's best friend. There's some evidence that Bitcoin could be stuck around 12K, the way it was stuck at 10K for a while, especially if you look at our price prediction index. You could also make an argument that other coins, say Cosmos, Zcash, Stellar's moving today. A lot of other bigger altcoins could start mooning before Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is the wild card out there. Okay. There's, but the thing that's funny is, and this is, again, what's old is new again. Mm-hmm. At Wall Street, there's a saying, the market climbs the wall of worry, right? Mm-hmm. So I could get on the show and go, I'm worried about Bitcoin, or I'm worried about, DeFi coins being too high. And then I say to myself, wait a minute, what am I talking about? It climbs the wall of worry, right? So I got over it, changed the content. That's what technical analysts do. We change our mind for a living. But Bitcoin is the risk. But the thing is, again, what stops this Chainlink, Ethereum, new Ethereum, DeFi chemical reaction that's going on? I don't know. I'm certainly not getting in front of it.
Yeah.
You got to book profits when you have them. But as an analyst, I'm like, I'm not stepping in front of Chainlink. No way. I am just not doing it.
Yeah. So question. So basically, Bitcoin goes sideways. We're all pretty much happy. But if Bitcoin rallies to 16,000, 17,000, how should people hedge?
Okay. Well, hedging is a really difficult game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little off color.
Mm-hmm.
Hedging can be so difficult that there's a Wall Street motto that says hedges are something that little doggies pee on. Okay. Because it's that difficult to do a hedge.
Uh-huh.
Now, I would think that the way a normal crypto investor would hedge an alt portfolio
Mm-hmm.
is if they can have a futures account own the Bitcoin futures contract. Okay. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's separate from your crypto portfolio. You can put a stop in. And if Bitcoin lurches up to 16,000, you might be able to do something where you buy more and more Bitcoin futures in the event that your altcoin portfolio suddenly tanks. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably for bigger players.
Yeah.
For smaller players, the best way to hedge may be to trade. So I know that, we like to hodl and we don't necessarily want people buying into 20% up moves. But the thing is, if you can get out on a 20% up move, wait a day, see if Bitcoin moves, and then get back in, you can be what I would call nimble. It's a form of active portfolio management, right?
Right.
Here's an example from equities when people had to do it during the financial crisis, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was in a down market, so the market would go down and then people would cover because they didn't know if a government official or if some positive news was going to come out that might cause the market to lurch up. So they would almost, they would have their portfolio, they would own it during the day, but they would take some of it off at night, right? With Bitcoin, it seems like the weekend, right? Like I get off the call and
Mm-hmm.
I am, my personal wall of worry as I talk about the market, we get off the call and all the hedge funds are coming in and the market moves 4%. As soon as we're done talking about it, I go, please let me be on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
So to make a long story short, you can have a portfolio, but you can move in and out of it. You can be in it on Monday, out Tuesday if you're worried, and then back in Wednesday. So that's how I would answer the Bitcoin question. Now, that's not the way you would normally do it, but when you have something as monstrous as Bitcoin, that's how you have to play it.
Yeah, I think well said. And if anybody is kind of doing that and hedging and going into stable coins, I think with DeFi, there are just so many different options to really hedge with stable coins, right? Especially when it comes to yield farming, with Curve, with Wi-Fi, and all these other DeFi tokens where really you're basically getting yield on your stablecoin. I think that also makes hedging into stablecoins even more attractive. All right, that being said, tell us what you think. What do you think is going to happen if Bitcoin goes up? Do you think alts will crash? Do you think alts will survive? If Bitcoin goes sideways, what alts do you think will do well? Is it Chainlink? Is it Ethereum? Is it some other altcoin? Tell us down in the comments below.